Alternative formats for this presentation can be found on the Financial Services website. For assistance, visit or contact us. Email us at finance.training@queenjude.ca or give us a call at 613-533-2050. Welcome to Research Projects, Understanding the Life Cycle. Research accounting establishes new research projects once all documentation is reviewed, approved, and released by University Research Services. URS will then send a release of funds email notification to research accounting through the Tools for Research Administration at Queen's system, also known as TRAC. Research accounting will send a final budget and signing authority request email notification to principal investigators through TRAC. These two documents must be completed and submitted through the research accounting event form in TRAC before a new project can be established. Detailed instructions are provided in the email notification, and training videos are also available under the awards section of the TRAC website. While project team members may help complete the budget template, the PI must submit the completed documentation through TRAC. This is to ensure that the PI is aware and in agreement with the budget for the project. The budget template form is used to establish the research project expense budget in Finance PeopleSoft by expense account. These details should reflect the best estimate of how project spending will be completed. The total budget must agree with the final approved research agreement or contract. Unless required by the funding agency, department, or hospital, PIs may choose to summarize the budget into fewer expense lines, as this will not impact how funds are actually spent. The signing authority form must also be completed and approved by the principal investigator prior to project establishment. Principal investigators may also use this form to assign permissions to authorized delegates. Authorized delegates may be granted permission to access and view research transaction details and reports, submit and approve online salary requisitions through the HR system, and provide manual signing authority for research-related transactions. It is important to remember that expenses must be approved by a higher level than the claimant. For example, an expense claim submitted by a principal investigator must be approved by their respective department head or dean. Once research accounting receives the completed final budget and signing authority forms, the research project will be established. An email notification is then sent to the principal investigator through the TRAC system. Details provided in the email notification will include the project number, department, and fund, the total award amount, the project end date, and a complete list of accounts which can be referenced to determine the appropriate chart field for spending purposes. Once the principal investigator receives the notification and the start date of the project has occurred, project spending may begin. All research projects begin with a 3 and are 6 digits in length. There are 2 different fund codes which may be used with research transactions. Fund code 30,000 is used for externally sponsored research, and fund code 31,000 is used for internally sponsored research. Mandatory chart fields for research transactions include the fund, department, account, and project. You may also choose to specify a program or class ID, although these chart fields are optional, with the exception of CFI projects, which require a program code. The following is an example of a research chart field string. Please visit the Financial Services website for additional details regarding chart fields. The majority of research project budgets are set up on an annual basis. Exceptions to the rule include large infrastructure projects such as projects funded by the Canada Foundation for Innovation and Ontario Research Fund Research Excellence. For these types of projects, the total project budget is set up upon project establishment. Some important considerations to keep in mind regarding project spending include funding agency policies, university policies, spending within the available project budget, and spending within the allowable start date and project spending deadline. The nature of the expense and the date the expense was incurred are important considerations in ensuring compliance with funding agency and university policies. There are many different options available to principal investigators for the payment of research goods and services. Options are dependent on the type of research expense and in some cases the dollar value, and may include purchase orders, salary and benefit contracts, the employee reimbursement system, procurement cards, check requisition forms, and travel expense claim forms. Please visit the Strategic Procurement Services website for additional details regarding the procurement of research goods and services. Research project revenues are managed by research accounting. For the majority of projects, allowable project spending is based on the approved project budgets, regardless of whether the related revenue has been received yet. An amendment may be required for a research project if there has been a change to the principal investigator, project title, project end date, or the total award amount. If an amendment is required, URS will notify Research Accounting by creating an amendment milestone in the track system. Research Accounting will then proceed with processing the amendment. Principal investigators may be contacted in cases where additional details are required. For example, if additional funding has been received for an existing research project, a budget template will be requested for the increase in funding. Research Accounting will also update the appropriate details in Finance PeopleSoft before closing the amendment milestone in the track system. Many research projects have specific reporting requirements. Reporting requirements may include progress reports, which are completed and submitted by the principal investigator. If a financial report is required, in most cases, Research Accounting will prepare the report. In all cases, Research Accounting must approve and submit financial reports requested by research funding agencies. For some projects, invoices may be required in order to release future funding. Before preparing an invoice, please refer to the Accounts Receivable Invoicing External Customers document for guidance on the appropriate invoicing procedures. This can be found under the Procedures tab of the Financial Services website. There are a few things to consider when closing a research project. For example, project spending must be completed and any outstanding commitments must be cleared by the project spending deadline. If there is a remaining project surplus or deficit, this may need to be recoded or returned to the funding agency. And, in some cases, a final report or invoice may be required. Once the project has ended and has been brought to a zero balance, the project is inactivated and closed in Finance PeopleSoft and tracked by Research Accounting. Once a research project has ended, specific documentation must be retained for a period of 7 years for audit purposes. For additional details, please refer to the Records Retention document under the Procedures tab of the Financial Services website. Financial audits or monitoring visits may be conducted for a specific research project or for a range of projects funded by a specific agency. Research Accounting coordinates the requirements of these financial reviews and may request documentation or information from principal investigators or authorized delegates if required. How may we help you today? If you have questions, give us a call at 613-533-2050. Our fax number is 613-533-6433. Email us at finance@queenshu.ca or visit the Financial Services website. We are located at 207 Stewart Street, 3rd floor in the Rideau Building. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. This concludes our tutorial. To learn more or to review additional training resources and video tutorials, visit the Financial Services Training